of Cincinnati, welcome to the jungle! Let's go. Stripes, 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 yeah, stripes, 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 yeah. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite and stripes. Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle dripping heat, tigers strike the city streets. East side stand up, west side stand up. If you reppin' who they, time to put your hands up. Bingo stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati jungle fitted. Who they in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping. Nasty, natty, yeah, we live it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now. Fit the bounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Stripes. Now who wanna move crossing on? Stripes. Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock them, yeah we got them, yeah we fought them. Like that black and orange up on them, bingo bottom, never stop it till the beast and know them. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move on? All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the AFC North champion Cincinnati Bengals. Now, do me a favor. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are rocking it out. I'm up to 1,597 subscribers. That is awesome. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Now, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, and I ask you this every single day, and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, why not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button, hit the bell for the notification, and every time I go live, you'll be notified. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So if you'd like to support what I'm doing or make sure that I read your question or comment, give me a super chat. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. All right, guys, I got a very special guest today. He is Ryan Yance. I hope I'm saying it right. I probably said it wrong again because I even asked him before we started how to say it. I probably said it wrong. But he is the producer for Ace and Zim of their new podcast, Cincinnati. Let's get to him. Here's Ryan.
Thanks for having me on.
What's up, Ryan? How you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So we got the new podcast that you started with Ace and Zim. So let's just real quick, just give a background of your background of where you are or where you came from and what you've done in your professional life here.
Sure. Before Cincinnati, I worked at the NFL and NFL Network for 15 years. produced NFL Red Zone, Playbook. I produced the NFL Draft one year, the NFL Scouting Combine. Those were awesome times. Those were probably the highlights of my career. And got into the business working at ESPN. I was in college and I was an intern at ESPN, and I would stay late every night after everyone went home, and I made a music video, a Bengals music video, and I cut this by myself until it was done, and then I showed the general manager of the show, and actually got a job after he saw it. One of our employees left, and the next day he offered me a job.
That's awesome, dude. That's what it takes sometimes. You gotta make your own way, which is kind of what I'm doing here with my my YouTube /podcast. Yeah, I gotta get to this $2 super chat from a quote great. And hey, man, I appreciate your service there. He said, "Guess who's back from basic training? Welcome back, brother. I appreciate your service, and I'm glad you're back safe and sound, and for whatever armed services you want to do. Look like you said you're an airman. Let me put that there. Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah, exactly. So again, thank you for your services. Really do appreciate that. All right. So Ryan, we've got draft week. This is becoming my favorite time of year. I mean, it used to be the college basketball dance. That I used to love that. I still love it. But the draft has been so much more fun the last couple of years with what the Bengals have done. You got Jackpot Joey Burrow, then Chase. This year, I think, is really even more interesting. Just the draft in general, because I don't even think we even know who the clear-cut number one guy is, let alone what the Bengals are going to do. I mean, I'm hoping, praying that Linderbaum is there at 31. If he is, I think I tweeted this out. I'll go do a victory lap right in Paul Brown Stadium where I'm watching the draft at. But what's your thoughts on the draft? Like, who's going number one? What do you think the Bengals are going to do? And are we going to have any surprises?
Well, I can also co-sign with you on the Tyler Linderbaum fan club. He's one of my probably one of my three biggest draft crushes this year. As far as number one, I mean, I can't remember the last time things were this much of a toss-up. Not even the Mario Williams, Reggie Bush year. At least we had it was a toss-up between two players. But I could legitimately see four different guys going number one, and it's going to be real interesting with Jacksonville. I think the biggest thing in the draft, and as far as the way the draft's going to fall, the biggest thing for the Bengals are any of these quarterbacks going to go in the top 30 picks, and if so, how many? Because the more the merrier. That just means that another talented player continues to slide. And there's always a guy, for whatever reason, whether it's a marijuana gas mask or just some medical that no one's released yet. Someone you never would imagine ends up sliding. And maybe this is a year where, someone in the late 20s, maybe it's or early 20s slides to the Bengals. Maybe it's McDuffie. Maybe it's God, Derek Stingley would just be amazing.
Oh, God. Dude, I'm geeking out. Like, I mean, this will never happen, but Sauce Gardner, that would be awesome. He's never, ever going down that far. I think he might.
Yeah, but are you a UC guy? Or are you?
Oh, yeah. Yes. I'm a huge Bearcat fan. Yes. That's my college right there.
Did the news bother you that he was texting Jalen Ramsey to give the scouting report on how to defend the Bengals receivers in the Super Bowl? Not that it helped, but.
I hadn't heard that before. That's news on me. But
yeah, it definitely felt like a little bit of a stab in the back.
Right. Like, what are you doing? I not heard that one. That's yeah. I have to think on that one a little bit. I don't know how I feel about that. Like you said,
yeah, questions your allegiance a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't help anything, like you said, because I mean, we killed him. I mean, Chase and T. Higgins killed him. Yeah. I mean, it just. If we had an offensive line,
talk about the last play of the game.
Oh God, yeah, no. We had an offensive line. That brings me to why I want Linderbaum so bad, because if you get him, then you have five. It's like Zim says, you have five elite guys in front of Jackpot Joey Burrow, and to me that's what I want. I want Joe Burrow to be able to sit back there, eat a sandwich, drink some tea, chill out. and chuck it, be had plenty of
Absolutely.
time and not have to worry about him getting hit or any of that stuff. And the more time he has, the better. And I know I think it might have been it was Evan McPhillips. Evan McPhillips, I get it out, tweeted this out that oh my goodness, the Eagles quarterback. Why can't I think of his name now?
Jalen Hurts?
Huh? Not
Hurts?
Jalen Hurts. No, the old one took him to the Super Bowl. He got traded.
Carson Wentz.
Yes, Chris Wentz. Thank you. Yeah, Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, in this second year, took them technically to the Super Bowl, which it wasn't him. It was Foles. And then he had a drop off. And this person was saying that could happen to Joe Burrow. I don't see that happening.
See this tweet you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it's completely farcical. It's they're not even, it's apples and oranges.
Right.
But I mean, I think the tweet even said that everything went right for the Bengals offense.
Yes, that's what it was. Yes.
And if you call, a guy coming off of a torn ACL who had a finger injury and had 70 sacks, and a lot of people were definitely coming to debate that. And I think my tweet about that was, please don't give this guy any more of the spotlight. He's just because he can attach PFF to the front of his name, and because he's an intern doesn't mean he knows what he's talking about.
Right, exactly. It made no sense. And for everything, if he actually watches what the Bengals did in the playoffs, it wasn't the offense that got him to the Super Bowl. It was the defense, and really not a whole lot went right for the offense in the playoffs. I mean, we did struggle to score. We came back, and the Raiders game, I think we led from the whole way there. But I know Tennessee and I know Kansas City, we came back and won those. And it wasn't from Joe Burrow being able to chuck the ball all over the place and score. It's because our defense made plays. So for him saying everything went right for the offense is completely wrong. Now, there's a lot of stuff that broke the Bengals' way as far as the season goes, and then they were relatively healthy. But again,
biggest thing,
but heading into the playoffs, the offensive line wasn't healthy. I mean, Riley Reif went down, and then the first game of the playoffs, then Larry O went down. So we had two big key injuries there. So yes, lots of stuff went right, but not everything went right in the playoffs. I mean, a lot of stuff went wrong. They just the defense stepped up and made plays.
Yeah, it was a terrible take. Just looking for engagement and clicks and no real basis in reality.
Exactly. I got another $2 super chat for Charles Simmons. Thanks, Charles. He says, great talking to you and Dale. Love to do it again. Yeah, you had me and Dale. We did late night with Strawberry Ice on Saturday night. So it was a interesting show. But yeah, I appreciate you coming on and talking. It was a very good time. I got to get this out here too. That I will be doing a Jackpot Joey merchandise giveaway on the draft night. Now it's a flag, a hat, and Maddie's got to tell me what all this is. I haven't seen it yet. He hasn't given it to me yet. I know it's a flag. I think it's a hat and maybe a shirt. I don't know. We're giving 3 things away. So that'll be happening on draft night here. Not during the draft. I'll be doing my regular show at 5:30, but we'll be doing a draft giveaway. So where are you going to be at watching the draft? Are you got a special bar you're going to? You going to be at the house watching it? What are you doing?
No, I'll probably be at the house for a majority of it. And then I may be sort of putting together a reaction show for Cincinnati following the pick, maybe sneaking off to a softball game for my daughter simultaneously at some point during the night. But if there was anywhere I would go, it would through the playoffs, I hung with the Bengals West crew, and I've never been someone to like hang out with a big group of people to watch a game. I was always so just focused and pumped. And my girlfriend Samantha convinced me that after the Raiders game, which I did not celebrate for 1 second, it was way too stressful for me to celebrate. She convinced me so that we would go out and be with nothing but Bengals fans at this bar in California. It's all Bengals fans.
Awesome.
We were there for the win against the Titans. We were there for the win against the Chiefs, and it was amazing.
Yeah, exactly. We ended up going. Well, I went down to the Tennessee game, Kansas City. I watched it with my family, and then Super Bowl. We went to a local bar here on the west side of Cincinnati here called Bucketheads, and watched it there. And well, we lost. So remember, it's like, well, you should go there and watch it again. I'm like, yeah, I don't believe in all that stuff. Well, they just lost anyway. Let's get it. Now, this is a guy that I'm curious, and I don't think he's going to be there at 63 either. But Logan Hall. Steve says Logan Hall won't be there at 63. I fear now. I don't think he's going to be either. I know his name has jumped up a lot here with the Bengals, but I don't know if I'm not sold on taking him at 31 if he's there. If Linderbaum and Booth and Neal and all the other guys are not there, and Wyatt, none of those guys are there. If those guys are not there, I want them to trade back. I'm not sure. I think reaching for Logan Hall would be, well, like I said, reach, and the Bengals should not reach for anything. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think when it all said and done and it comes down to it, the way the draft's going to fall and who's available at the time, I think the absolute way to go is going to be able to trade back, 10 picks. If you can pick up an extra third round, if you can get an extra top 50 pick, I think that's 1000% the way to go, because and you hear this a ton, the rating, the value of player 30 or 25 to 45 is not that different.
Right.
So if you can pick up an extra pick, and they need a 3-tech, they need another corner.
Mm-hmm.
They need a wide receiver, they need a tight end. It's not like they don't have needs in the starting lineup per se, but they definitely could use some quality depth and just an injection of juice to certain positions in the roster.
Yeah, exactly. And the wide receiver, with this class being so deep as a wide receiver, I really don't see them, depending on how the draft goes. I mean, I have to say it, but I don't see them picking up a wide receiver in the first, first 2 rounds for sure. I think at least maybe round 3, round 4, that's when they might start looking at wide receiver. Because I really do think if Linderbaum is there, my perfect one is Linderbaum's there, and then they can get whatever the best cornerback is in the second round, which I'm hoping it's Kobe Bryant. Like you asked if I was a Bearcat fan, I'm a huge Bearcat fan. I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan. I think he's better than he's testing out to be, just because I've seen him play now, and I've said this on my show a couple times. I know it's American Athletic Conference, yada yada yada, but nobody threw to Sauce. Everybody threw to Kobe, and to me that makes a difference. I don't care what. I mean, if they're always picking on you, and you step up and you win the award for the best cornerback in college football, that means something, I think. So, and Goodberry and other people on here have told me that, it would be a reach to take Kobe at second round pick. So he's more like probably a third round pick. So this is kind of where my mindset is. If there's let's say with Petrie, if he's there for Baylor, I could see them drafting him in the second round, and then maybe possibly doubling down with Kobe in the third. If not, third round might be the tight end there. So that's where it's all going to depend on how everything falls. It's good. That's what's so interesting about this draft.
Yeah. So I talked about, that I had a top 3 draft crush. So it's Linderbaum, it's Greg Dulcich, the tight end from UCLA, who I love despite being a Bruin. And I also love Logan Hall. So to me, if they could get Logan Hall, someone that could rush inside from that 3-tech spot, if they can get a corner and they can get one of these top tight ends, they got to figure out a way to do that. I'm not sure what the key is to unlock that code, but that's what you're looking at in terms of really helping, whatever small needs you have on the roster.
Yeah, that's it. It's nothing. And that's what I keep saying. People are like, oh, we should trade up and go get Sauce. We should trade. We don't need to trade up and go get anybody. What the Bengals really need to do is just stay with their plan. And the plan is to have your top guys on the board, and whenever you're drafting, whoever that top guy is, no matter what position he is, go get him. Mm-hmm. And I've heard some weird stuff. People are like, oh, maybe we should draft a quarterback and then we could trade to the Lions for this. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would we do that? I mean, just draft the best player. You're not drafting a quarterback. I don't care what they say. They're not going to draft a quarterback. But that's what the position the Bengals have put themselves in, is to draft the best player available in every single round. Right. My dream scenario is, hey, Ace is in here. What's up, Ace? He's in the chat crew. I gotta say, what's up to my boy? Like I said, my dream scenario is Linderbaum, and then a cornerback and a tight end in the first three. And I love it to be Kobe, but I think Kobe could be in the second, so you could flip it back and forth. But they also need to get a safety as well. I think that goes to the depth because whether we like it or not, Jesse Bates, who knows what's going to happen after this year. Von Bell, his contract coming up, so they have to address that. That will be a need. It's not a need right now, but it will be a need. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be telling if that first round pick, and all of a sudden the card comes in and it's Jaquan Brisker from Penn State. You're gonna, it may tell you behind the scenes that maybe things aren't going as well as we would hope to. But there's not a lot of guys that they could draft that would be starters from day one. Like if they draft Linderbaum, he's starting from day one.
Yes,
maybe a Kenyon Green or a Zion Johnson maybe would be given a starting role, but I don't even think. I mean, they're not going to be able to draft Stingley or Sauce. Those are the only guys that
they're going to be gone. Yeah.
So you're just looking at drafting depth, and you're drafting guys that can make plays with limited snaps.
Exactly. All right. So as I stated at the beginning of this, and you said you're a producer for the NFL Network, and then you're also the producer for Wincinnati. This is the new podcast that Ace and Zim I've started. What do you guys got coming up here that you can give us a sneak preview on or whatever, so you guys can just plug your shows you got.
Sure. Well, we're happy to say that tomorrow night, Dave Lapham will be joining us live. So we'll have Lap on to talk, all things Bengals draft, and he can weigh in on the Jackson Carman discussion because something tells me that's still going to spill over at some point. So we'll get Lap's take as a former offensive lineman. And we'll have all the draft coverage, the post-pick analysis that you hope to get.
Exactly. Now, you were talking about this before, that you were supposed to be the moderator between Ace and Zim as they were debating the Jackson Carman debate. And like I told you, I got all the way up to that point of the podcast, and then I got done working. So then I took my earbuds out. I haven't got to finish listening to the debate. But you basically said you weren't much of a moderator. You just let them go at it, right?
Yeah, I just let them go because there wasn't really, maybe I interjected a little bit towards the end, maybe to kind of re-tee them to think about things a certain way. But no way, man. Those guys had all the momentum in the world. They just went.
Now, for me, with the Jackson Carman thing, I am not against Jackson Carman. I mean, I really do thoroughly believe that he can make a jump from his first year to his second year, and he might be perfectly fine at guard. I don't know. I'm not saying he won't. I think there's a better chance of him improving than regressing. But my point is, Linderbaum's a plug-and-play guy. You put him there, you kick Karras over to guard, which Karras is a better guard. He is. He's going to be a fine center. If you have Karras at center and we have Jackson Carman at guard, I'm okay with it. But if we get Linderbaum, if he's there and they don't draft him, I don't. It'll be just. I will be very disappointed. I'll tell you that, just because you can fix this line completely. Go from the worst line to the best line probably in the NFL.
Yeah, if they draft Linderbaum, if they have the good fortune of drafting Linderbaum, there's not a weak spot. I mean, I've had multiple people that I worked with over the years, from personnel executives to players, that talk about the offensive line, and your offensive line is only as good as your weakest link. Defensive coaches are so good about scheming to get to that weak link, to bring pressure and break down your offensive line that way. If Jackson Carman is the weakest link coming into the season, then we're gonna see what he's made of right away.
Right.
If they get Tyler Linderbaum, you know what? I don't see anywhere that is a weak link.
Right. Exactly, and that's. To me, and the way the NFL is going is, everybody says, "Oh, defense wins championships." Yeah, that's old football. Back when I grew up, that's what it was. You had 85 Bears, the Ravens, these teams. Yeah, that's the way it was. But it's not like that anymore. I mean, we just talked about how Chase and Higgins torched the Rams. I mean, they did, and that was in the Super Bowl against the quote unquote best cornerback in football, and they killed him.
Yeah.
That's what can happen. And that's where I'm like, I think they could put average 40 points a game this year. If you give them an outstanding offensive line, an elite one, in all 5 positions, dude, it's over. I mean, as long as they stay healthy, we will be dropping 40 points on people. I think it's going to be the second version of Greatest Show on Turf. I mean, we'll be throwing the ball all over the place. And that includes Hayden Hurst. I know some people are kind of down on him, and I think Hayden Hurst is going to ball out. I do think we need to get a tight end, but I think Hayden Hurst is going to ball out this year.
I know a lot of times you have to kind of when you're a late day 2 or day 3, even day 4 shopper in free agency, you kind of have to like convince yourself that why you like these guys and why you think they'll be good fits. But for me, and Hayden Hurst, he's just been such a victim of circumstance over his career. He was drafted to a team that had a ineffective at that point Joe Flacco, and then a Lamar Jackson who hadn't really figured it out yet, was still early in his career. And he gets moved to a really good quarterback in Matt Ryan. Does have a decent year his first year, but they're not going to pass on Kyle Pitts. So then he takes a back seat to Kyle Pitts. Now he's coming. He's not going to be the focal point by any stretch. He's not going to be the first option, but he is definitely an athletic guy. He was a first rounder for a reason. He's going to be a guy you can get the ball to, and he's going to be a yap guy for them. No question.
Yeah, exactly. And if you remember watching his press conference, he said it a couple of times that I was the first round pick for a reason. And I know people have kind of given him crap about saying that, but I like that. He's coming in with a chip on his shoulder going, look, I'm good. I've just been in bad situations and it hasn't worked out in his favor yet. But I believe him. I think he is going to be good. Now, I'll get this question by Richard, which I have no clue. Midnight. He said, hey, Jeff, what time is the Bengals' first starting pick? I think he means what time are they picking? That's 31st, man. It could be 11 o'clock at night. It's going to be late. So
10:40 probably Eastern, something like that.
Yeah. It's not going to be anytime soon. That's why I am definitely taking the night off work. So I can stay up and watch him. Steve's got a question here. He said, would Linderbaum or Jurgen make us a top 10 O-line? I know Linderbaum would. Jurgen, I'm not so I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't hurt, but Linderbaum for sure. What's your thoughts?
Linderbaum definitely puts them in the category to be an elite offensive line. Mm-hmm. As long as Lyle Collins is healthy and Jonah is healthy, they are absolutely in the talks to be an elite offensive line. The funny thing that they bring up Jurgens here is I've had a conversation with someone who's spoken to everyone in the league, and he says that half the teams in the league prefer Jurgens over Linderbaum. So I don't know if that means that that's going to push Linderbaum down further or Jurgens up. I guess we'll see on Thursday and Friday night, but that's just interesting to hear that many teams would project them that way.
Well, that's why I think there's a good shot that we could get Linderbaum, just because he has short arms and he is a center only. And he is very good at the zone blocking scheme that the Bengals run. Not everybody runs that. There's so many check marks in the Bengals direction. Mm-hmm. Short arms, that's not so great. But from what I've been told, other people, that he's better, like Bengals fans said, he's better at bending at his hips instead of his waist, which that helps out with the leverage and everything. So that's why the short arms aren't that big of a deal for him. So that's where I think I'm going with Linderbaum. That's the dude I'm sold on. The other one, you're talking about your crush. The other crush I have on is the punter out of San Diego State, Matt Araiza. I know everybody's like, we got, Drew Christensen, which we do. We have him. I had nothing against him at all. Nothing against him. But have you seen the tape of this kid? This kid drills the ball. I mean, hang time. He kicks it deep. It's perfect. I mean,
I know.
If Evan McPherson,
it's not a wasted pick to me to take him in the even as early as the 5th round.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. That's because a lot of my mock drafts I've done, he's there in the 5th round. If he's there in the 5th round, I'm taking him.
He's gonna have more snaps than any rookie unless they draft Linderbaum.
Right, exactly.
Unless there's a major injury somewhere along the roster, if they draft Matt Araiza, he will have more snaps. Well, unless Joe's just throwing touchdowns in every drive and they're not punting.
Right.
He will, in theory, have more snaps than any other rookie on the roster.
Yeah, and that's right. Just to me, if you can have to me, we already have the elite kicker. If you have an elite punter, I don't know. And it's people are like, it's a punter. I'm like, but did you see what a difference Evan McPherson made? And I know he scores points, but if you, for some dumb reason, the Bengals are on he's punting the ball from his own end zone and he can get it to their 10-yard line, that's flipping the field. I'll take that all day, every day. Because there are going to be sometimes, some reason, something happens, fumble the ball, or it's going to happen. They're going to be pinned back. And if you have that weapon where that guy can just drill it and save you, and I take a 5th pick on him, and funny, which I don't want him doing this in the NFL, but he'll go down and he'll hit people.
Yeah, I mean, I want a roster. I want a roster built of talented players everywhere. Like, obviously,
yeah, exactly.
And depending on where you stand between him and Stonehouse, there's not a better player in this draft than at his position than Oresis. So, yeah. 5th, 6th, 7th, you have 2 picks. If you're willing to roll the dice, it is Vegas and wait that long. But yeah, he improves the special teams unit.
Exactly. Darren Simmons would be jumping up and down. He'd be doing his happy dance if they got him, I think. So
yeah.
Anyway, you've been on for about 30 minutes. I used to go an hour, but I actually have somewhere I have to be. So Ryan, I appreciate you coming on. Tell everybody about Cincinnati and whatever else you want to plug that you have of your own.
Yeah. So Cincinnati with Ace and Zim, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. You can catch us live on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, the Cincinnati YouTube channel. As far as other things, not much. Just putting together some stuff. On a personal note, I started my own business. I'm creating everyone's dream fan cave. So I'll have some info on that soon.
Ooh, that's cool. I like that. I got the ice cave down here. I designed it myself, but I could always use help. So I'll have to check that out. Yeah. All right, Ryan. We'll have to do this again sometime, man. I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on.
No problem. Who day?
Who day?
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I do. Ryan's a good dude. Go check out Cincinnati. My boys Ace and Zim. Like I said, they're on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They got Dave Lapham on, which is awesome. I've been trying to get Dave on, but everybody's trying to get Dave on, so I'll get him on sometime again. Anyway, this week, tomorrow, I have. Let's see here. Who do I got? I have Justin Williams. I'm trying to think in my head. I got Justin Williams from The Athletic. I am recording a interview with him tomorrow morning, so we can discuss who the Bearcats or what Bearcats are going to go. Where he thinks they're going to go, how that's going to affect, I think, the Bearcat program moving forward as far as becoming an elite college program. So I got an interview with him set up tomorrow. I'm going to just put it out on the channel as a regular interview. Also have a special guest that I'm going to kind of keep a surprise. You guys have to just check out for the channel, see who the other guest is I have tomorrow. So a lot of good stuff coming up. Like I said, the draft show, we're going to do it Thursday. I got Santori, Dale's going to be on, and Kieran. All 4 of us will be on. We'll be doing the draft special at the same time, 5:30. I will be giving away the Jackpot Joey stuff. So, Augie, you're funny. Money Mac owes me an appearance. Yes. Evan McPherson told me last September, he'd come on my show. Hasn't yet. Darren Simmons told me he'd come on my show then too. Hasn't yet either. But anyway, hopefully I'll get them on. But Thursday night, I will be giving away some Jackpot Joey stuff. So make sure you guys tell your friends, tell your neighbors, like, subscribe, share. And we're going to have a lot of fun this week. It's draft week. We've been waiting for, it seems like, well, not as long as we normally do because we had the Super Bowl, but it's here. It's fun. Let's enjoy this week. And let me get to the Facebook groups that let me live stream. And as always, I appreciate every single one of them. They are Who Dey Nation, Who Dey Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, Bearcat Country, Ohio State Bucknuts, Cincinnati Reds, riding third, heading for home, the Ice Cave. The Ice Bar. And then you follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Trenopole. TikTok is at Iceman90. I will be pulling the sound off later on tonight. So if you missed any of the interview with Ryan and you don't want to watch it for an hour, you can check it out on the podcast on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. I would greatly appreciate it. YouTubers, you guys are awesome. Like I said, we're 1,597. I'm trying to get to 2,000 by the time the NFL season rolls around. We might get there faster the way we're going. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors, check out the channel. I'm putting a lot of stuff out there. I'm trying to put more stuff out there than I used to. Getting some more. I got some really cool interviews coming up here in like a week and a half. I'm going to have Jim Breach on here, the Bengals all-time scorer. Got a lint bug flying around me. All-time scorer. So that'll be a lot of fun to interview him. And like I said, I got a really cool one tomorrow. Justin Williams. And the other one you have to just check out to see this. Anyway, like I said, I'm sorry. I have to be somewhere. Actually, I'm already supposed to be there. So I got to go. Other than that, that's just sports, baby. See ya!
Let's go. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, day we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. Day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle dripping heat, tigers strike the city streets. East side stand up, west side stand up. If you rapping day, time to put your hands up. Bingo stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati jungle fitted. Blue day in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping. Nasty, natty, yeah, we live it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now. Fit the pounds, make the city howl. Now we beasting now. Thunder through the tunnel from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes. Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Now who wanna move dancing on? Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange up on 'em, bingo ball 'em, never stop it till the beast and know 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, day we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and